Hi guys, this is Paul with Tweaktown. We're back here at Storage Visions 2015, and right now we're speaking with Jim Handy. He's the director of Objective Analysis, which is a consulting firm. And Jim, I think a big topic right now with a lot of people is this perception that there's a mass migration of users away from personal storage devices to more of cloud services and the cloud holding all of our data. How do you feel that fits in with the current puzzle?
There are a lot of people who are pushing in that direction. I think probably the biggest thing that we see is the Google Chromebook, and that's something where there's just a little bit of memory in there. This is flash memory that holds operating system software, but all of the applications are on the web. It's a very idealized kind of a thing, but people aren't snapping it up all that much because of an awful lot of issues concerning their connectivity getting to the web. So, where we see that standing right now is that there are a number of places where you can't get an internet connection, or you might not be able to get a reliable internet connection. Some people spend hours trying to figure out how to get onto the hotel's network.
I'm very experienced with that.
Yeah. And there are also places where you get into kind of a shadow. Maybe your cell phone won't work or something like that. And we are not there yet with the connectivity for people to be able to, feel like they can get their data when they want it.
And I think connectivity kind of ties into, there are some performance challenges there as well, wouldn't you think, with latency and bandwidth? And
yeah, you're exactly dead on with that. There's anything that you get from the web is necessarily going to be slower. Anything you download from a Wi-Fi connection or a 4G connection or something like that is going to be massively slower than it is from getting it on a hard drive that's on your system or whatever. And the fact that sometimes those delays are inconsistent is something that very few people are willing to forgive.
And I think some of that, and another challenge there as well is data caps. People are thinking, okay, I can store everything in the cloud, but look at 1080p video. If I take a home video, that's a pretty large file. My ISP limits me to 250 gigabytes a month. Do you think that's a significant challenge as well?
Yes, it really is. And the way that your phone asks you if you want to sign up for more gigabytes and that kind of thing, that can get right in the way of something that you're doing. Let's say that you decided that you were going to spend 3 minutes uploading something, and then all of a sudden you get into this fuss where you have to add something to it, and then your appointment comes up and you can't do what you wanted to. Nobody wants to be in that kind of a situation. But something else that was kind of interesting that one of the speakers here at Storage Visions talked about was that he has an unlimited data plan. And after he does, I think that it was 30 gigabytes or something like that in a month, if he does anything over that, then he's throttled. That they will slow down the data transfer speed for him. So yes, it's unlimited, but they have other ways to keep him from abusing it.
So even though he's answered one question, he's actually created another with the performance.
Yeah.
And I think that also, a lot of people, especially with sensitive data, are very aware of recent hacking events where people's privacy has been invaded, online storage has been compromised in cloud services. Do you think that also represents a significant challenge?
Yeah, that is. I think that's probably a little bit secondary to a lot of people, because there are a lot of people who will sign onto the web and either willingly or unwittingly they will share information that they don't ever really have a concern about whether or not it's being carefully guarded. Corporations are different that way, and they owe it to their shareholders to maintain the secrecy of that data, but individuals very often will post things on the web that end up getting them in trouble or getting hacked into. So, not to mention outages.
Yeah, and I mean, as people would store more sensitive data, like banking information.
Yeah.
And it's not even safe with corporations now.
Yeah, and the outages, let's say that, not web related, but there was an outage that a major airline had once with their own IT system where they were out for something like 17 hours and they had to do all of their ticket processing by hand.
And they're not used to that.
No, it was really hard for them to do that. And so you get an outage like, a recent outage at Microsoft, that's something where any company that needs to have their data all the time, permanently, constantly, they're going to have a real difficulty coping. something like that.
But you still see in the future for personal storage primarily as well, it's staying just hardware based, and maybe people using cloud services as a secondary option, or maybe something for data.
Yeah, local. People still think of it very much as a way to share data, and Dropbox is wonderful. You know, I want to send you a gargantuan file, then I do it on Dropbox. If I want to send photographs to my family, then I'll do that on Facebook or with Shutterfly or something like that. You know, one of those online services, and you know, videos I share on YouTube. But I always keep a copy, and I think everybody else is pretty much that way too, that they're not willing to have it be the only place where they sort of have something.
And it's inevitable that cloud services will grow, but as a primary data storage, or, you know, to completely trust yourself to, it's probably not a good choice at this time, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Alrighty, well, thanks for stopping by the booth.
Oh, and
Jim.
thanks for having me, Paul.
Yep.
It's always a pleasure.
Yep, thank you.